I want you to give a really nice, warm, and simplicity welcome to Joan Brown.
That is Lincoln, who I have been married to for 42 years.
Wow.
And we grew up. We grew up together. We're still growing up. We're not done yet.
42 years. So you got married at like what, 10?
Pretty close. Pretty close to 10. I was 19.
19.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So let's do this. Let's start just to know a little bit about your background. So are you from Oklahoma? Where were you born? Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Tulsa, Oklahoma.
Okay.
I'm a TPS graduate. Woohoo.
Which is?
Tulsa Public Schools.
Hey. I didn't know if it was specific. So.
Kind of a proud TPS graduate. Nice.
Did you go to then college and everything there, or where did you after that?
Well, after that, I went to OSU in 1981.
Ooh, okay.
Yep. And met Lincoln there.
Look out.
And then because I met Lincoln, I forgot all about how to study completely. And then ended up getting married and having a baby.
Yes, that happens. That tends to happen sometimes.
Does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how many children do you have?
3.
3. And do you have any grandkids?
We have 7 grandkids. And
nice.
And 2 that I count as mine because they're my twin sister's grandkids.
Oh, okay. So which one is your favorite? Okay.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how many of them will actually know about this. So I may talk about them today.
That's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be great. Let's do that.
Well, I mean, how can I not talk about them?
Right. So growing up, did you grow up in church? Were you a religious family? What was that? What was kind of your background?
My parents grew up in southwestern Oklahoma, in the corner in Hollis. I don't know if any of you know where Hollis is. Somebody does.
All right.
And so that's a teeny tiny town, and my parents were farmers.
Okay.
And I just forgot the question you asked me.
Did you grow up religious
and
in church or anything like that?
So my mom was Baptist.
Okay.
Very traditional Southern Baptist. My dad was Church of Christ. Very traditional Church of Christ. So those were the 2 families. So for them to marry each other was kind of a no-no.
Yeah.
In that city, that very small city.
So who won out on that?
Nobody.
Nobody?
So we did not go to church.
So okay. Yeah.
As a family, we did not go to church. So I didn't grow up hearing my parents singing hymns. I didn't grow up. My parents had a Bible, and their names were in the front, but it was like this book that you don't touch, you don't write in it. Yeah. You don't really read it. You don't really open it and read it. But my dad used or quoted Proverbs to discipline us.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was my introduction to the Bible.
Wow.
And yeah.
So would you say, since they didn't really pick a church because they were separate ones and he didn't go to church, did you still feel like, I'm guessing just from that you felt it was kind of a pretty conservative, more fundamentalist kind of background?
Yes.
Would you say that? Okay.
Well, they grew up in the 50s, 40s and 50s. And then I was born in 1963. So you consider that my Lou. My dad was very much the authoritarian. And my mom was very much the 50s wife.
Okay.
So yes,
Leave
it was
it
a
to Beaver.
traditional home. Yeah, leave it to Beaver.
So, I mean, in lots of ways, obviously there's so many people in this world that are trying to get back to that, right? that is the utopian kind of idealistic model of a family, right?
Yes.
Was there a moment where, for you, that family and that kind of life, what was not idyllic? Did you get to a place where you're like, ooh, I'm struggling with this in this way of life? So let's talk about. I'm assuming you didn't really, since you didn't grow up in church and stuff, you didn't really grow up with a Christian faith or claiming Christianity or anything like that, right?
Right.
So when did that happen for you? When did you say, well, wait a minute, I didn't grow up this way, but I am looking for something else, some kind of spiritual connection?
I felt a connection to God. I didn't know who God was, but I felt a connection to God, and I wasn't positive that it was love. But it kind of felt like love, but the God that I knew was more, had different rules that I needed to follow in order to be loved.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I was sorting that out in 6th grade.
Wow.
And I was also writing some because I had a teacher that pulled that out of me. So I was writing some, and I looking back, I feel like the God that I know now was showing up in my writing.
Oh, wow.
And so also, like at night, I couldn't sleep very well in the 6th grade. And so I would kind of wander around the house, end up on the couch, fall asleep on the couch. And I look back and I think that was the questioning going on. Like, how do I sort all of this out? Who in the world is this God that my parents sort of talk about sometimes, but in a very elusive way?
Yeah. So it sounds like you were really in your own way, kind of on a search. You're on a quest,
Yes.
like what is out there. So was there a time that you felt like, oh, I get this God and I want this God and I want to have a life of faith? Did that ever happen for you? Or did you start going to church? Did Lincoln, I mean, this isn't really his story, but did you guys kind of go on a spiritual journey together, or was that separate and then you found each other? How'd that
was
happen?
part of it. I joined at age 12 I had a best friend, and her family went to church every Sunday, every Wednesday, went to visitation every Thursday night. And that was an independent Baptist church, which is even more tight than a Southern Baptist church.
Oh, yeah.
They're still talking about whether or not women should wear pants.
Yes.
So I went to that church from the time I was 12 until I left and went to OSU.
Okay.
So that was that space. I did question some of the things that they said, because at my public school, I also met some people who were talking about things like the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
So then
Those crazy charismatics.
Yeah, they were kind of crazy, and by that time, it's almost the 80s.
Yeah.
Late 70s. And so I'm hearing all these things. Also, I grew up in the 60s, 70s. So there was a lot of Jesus talk.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So just from every direction, I was trying to sort out, who is this?
Yeah.
Who is these different angles and different lenses that they see Jesus through?
Right.
And of course, so I questioned, though, where's the Holy Spirit fit? And the pastors of that independent Baptist church didn't really have very clear. They were just like, well, just believe it because this is what we're saying to you.
That sounds about right for independent Baptist.
So anyway, I worked through that, and then went to OSU and got a taste of independence, and got a little taste of individualism, and started sorting some things out. Met Lincoln at the BSU, Baptist Student Union.
Nice.
So that's where we are in the story.
So let me ask you. So you grew up the exposure you had of this vision of God and of the divine is pretty much a rule keeper, a rule enforcer. If you deviate from the path, God's going to be mad at you. That type of thing, right? That's kind of
Yes.
And you still had questions, but that was everything that you were getting from any kind of place that you're at. So let me ask you this. I know this, but I'm going to ask this, and I want to come back to it. But your view of God now, how is it different than the God that you were given when you were growing up?
Vastly different. So different. But it's interesting because the view of God that I have now is very similar to those connections I made with her or him or they with God in the 6th grade.
Dude,
So
I love that.
all of that
That's so cool.
underlies all of the stuff, all of the external.
Yeah.
There was something internal.
So what are the similarities of your 6-year-old self and now how you see God? What are the things that you've kept from that moment?
The similarities now are I go in to meet that. It's in here.
Yeah.
So I go in to connect. And part of that connection is connecting with self.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or what Richard Rohr calls true self.
Yes. Yes. That's so good.
Because I think we have many selves inside of us. Not that I have multiple personalities. But I think I have many selves on the inside of me. And those are the selves of my younger selves. So I have within me still that 6th grade self. Within me still, I have that 19-year-old self. When I discovered that I was pregnant and got married within a week.
Nice.
And the supportive people in my life, in our life, were the Baptist pastor and his wife. My parents almost didn't come to the wedding.
Yeah.
But that pastor called my dad and said, your daughter will release you and forgive you for not showing up. But I don't think you'll ever release yourself for not showing up. And my dad was there.
That's good advice. Wow.
Oh, that was a different Baptist pastor, yes. Not the same one.
Yeah. So I love the idea of because I think Richard Rohr talks a lot about ego and true self, and the ego is the thing that we want to that we feel like we need to feed, or we feel like other people need to see. But then the true self is the thing of like you kind of have to go through some stuff to get to that trueness, to dig kind of deep to it. Is that how you felt like you were, as you're going through life, things are happening that are, who was it that talked about going deeper and being broken down and broken open? Nicole Martin shared that, and she was talking about second half of life. That sounds like that's what's happening to you. There's
Yes.
things that are happening that are breaking you down, but also breaking you open to seeing a new way of experiencing yourself and God and others. Is that
Yes.
what was happening with you?
The second half of life is really magic. And that's not how we're conditioned to look at the second half of life.
Right.
The aging process. So many messages everywhere are anti-aging.
Right.
But I'm here to tell you that second half of life is the magic. So look forward to it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's one of the messages.
I love that.
Now, is it rough? It's so rough. It's so rough.
But is it worth it?
It's worth it,
Yeah.
but it's internal. So I can tell you why it's rough, but it feels good at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that is because when you do that internal work, You learn to have compassion on those ego stories, compassion on those younger self stories instead of judgment, instead of regret. And it's a practice though. Because that doesn't mean that I don't go there. And those of you who have talked to me, had lunch with me, you know this about me. I go there. I'm honest about it. But I also acknowledge that that's a younger self ego story. And I have the current self, who I am right now. And sometimes I need to tell that younger self, I got you. I know why you struggle with that. And you're not fragile the way you thought you always were. You can connect to the divine inside of you.
Man, that's good. I'm having fun. So I've got a couple of specific questions.
Okay.
What kind of wisdom? Well, you just kind of you just shared that. Let me move on from something else. Let's do this. Let's do this. I want to do these questions right here. What do you think that the younger generation gets wrong about the older generations, if anything?
I think this group has been through enough life and done a lot of internal work and appreciates intergenerational learning, respects experiences, and doesn't exalt the first half of life over the second half of life. And doesn't exalt the second half of life over the first either. So this group is unique. There's magic in this group. And now in my PhD program, that was a different story.
Okay. Tell us.
So in the PhD program, I was the oldest. I was older than my faculty. I was older than my advisor. I had life experiences that none of them they didn't even have a frame of reference for at all. So it was very hard because I'm also not a pushy person. Like, I wouldn't do this if you didn't ask me. I would never volunteer for this.
Right.
So I didn't push my way into the classroom, even though I had so much I wanted to offer. But if it's not invited, I don't offer it. So what I wish they knew about me was I can hear. I can hear you. I can hear those microaggressions about age. I hear it. Another thing I wish they knew is I have a voice, and I'm not going to push my way. Also, I'm not going to perform my way in academia. At the season that I'm at, I'm not caught up in that same vacuum. Not that I judge that. If I was younger, I probably would be caught in that vacuum of performance. But now I actually see, I think, clearer. I see clearly that performance and what it does to people. It takes away their authenticity. And it's the authenticity that makes us interesting.
That's so good.
It's not the performance.
That is so good. So real fast, so you and Lincoln both went through PhD programs, and you both are teaching now, right? Is that correct? So real fast, what do you teach? Let everybody know what you're teaching.
I teach some very disconnected courses. I taught the role of the teacher for years and years, which was awesome. because it was back in the day when DEI was not a cuss word.
Yeah.
Diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Horrible things, by the way.
Yes. And
Who would want diversity, equity, and inclusion
Right.
all at the same time?
because we know, research-wise, we know that a diverse room of people
Yeah.
bring more lenses to a problem, social problem, so we can solve those social problems together better in diversity.
Absolutely.
Our classrooms are full of diversity. Our society is full of diversity. So let's work with what we have in the community
Yeah.
to make this place a better place.
That's good.
Okay, so that's diversity. I taught the role of teacher, which included a lot of diversity, so that was a blast. I don't know what they do now because I haven't taught it for a couple of years, so I do know some of the teachers at OSU.
Yeah.
And they love diversity.
Yeah.
So it's got to be a real touchy thing
Struggle.
for them.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I teach religious diversity and education at OSU.
Nice.
It's a blast.
That's great.
We open up lots of cans of worms and
Can we come audit your class?
yes, you can. That'd be great.
That'd be
Actually,
fun. That'd
we
be a
need
lot
to
of fun.
fill enrollment because
Yeah.
we're losing those classes.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're absolutely losing them. So, okay, so that's one that I'm teaching. And then tech and society.
Ooh.
Somehow, because the DEI on campuses is such a weird zone right now, I'm not able to find a job in my social foundations degree.
Yeah.
And so I'm teaching adjunct. I really decided I want to work part-time anyway, so, but I would like to get paid for what I do.
Yes. Yeah. It's always a nice thing.
That is nice. So somehow, some way, the universe, God, she worked it out where I'm teaching for SWAZU, Southwestern Oklahoma State University, and I'm teaching technology and society in the tech and engineering department,
Wow.
which is hilarious. But of course, I have the society part.
Yeah.
And then pulling in the tech and society is just blowing my mind.
Yeah.
How can I do that and talk about how does it affect our society as a whole? That's a big question.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
I want to go to these classes. So I asked you, let's close on this one. What do you wish the younger generation would know, or what they get wrong about the older generation? Do you think there's anything that the older generation gets wrong about the younger generation? Just to
Yes.
hit both sides of that
Again, not in this room.
coin.
This is a magic place. And I don't throw those thoughts out everywhere.
Yeah.
Like I'm a positive person generally, but I'm not into flattery.
Yeah.
I'm real.
Wow.
I'm reality. This is reality. This is a magic place. So I see, intergenerationally, there's a flow here, which is what draws me here. And lost your question again.
What do you wish the older generation would know about you? Because
Okay.
you work with young, real fast before you answered. One of the things that I love about Joan and Lincoln that I noticed just observing is, and maybe you have too, you all have a real keen eye to cross generations. And so you'll go right, like my daughter Goldie, who's 20, she's 20. First time she was here, every time afterwards I see you're talking with Goldie. And you all both, like Sydney when she came, when you just, probably some of it's that you're teachers and you just love working with younger generation anyways, but there is something, we do tend to silo off into our own, whatever demographic.
Yes.
We kind of tend to silo off and be with our generation or our group that looks like us or this. But I notice you all crossing generations.
Yes, yes.
So what would you say to your generation and older even, that what did they get wrong about the younger generation? Because I hear a lot of hate towards, and you do too, like millennials or Gen Z or Gen Alpha, these bunch of crazies. And so what's wrong with that? How are we getting that wrong if we're the older generation? What do we need to know?
First of all, when you have 60 years, 6 decades of stuff going on in the world, politics, everything, you have it all in who you are. You're the embodiment of a 60-year-old. If you truly want to connect with people, so you have to ask yourself that. Is this about you as a 60-year-old wanting to share your wisdom? Or is this about the person that you're connecting with? If it's about the person you're connecting with, then what our generation sometimes gets wrong is that it's more important that I share my wisdom than it is I hear the wisdom from the younger generation. That I come in as a learner, as an observer, and as a validator. So most important of what I see happening is parents, grandparents, people that you know that are older than you are, they step in with their wisdom first and they step all over the younger generation. When if they will listen to validate, what they will hear is some common ground, some common experiences, and then even more amplified, because I did not grow up as a young person in this kind of world.
Right.
It's a different world.
Yeah.
They didn't grow up in my world either. But what we can do is overlap our worlds together. And I think that helps everyone. I also think that it's what Jesus did. So going back to the Jesus, what I learned about Jesus back in the my childhood, I learned about salvation. Now, that doesn't make sense to me because I say saved from what?
Right.
Saved from who? Jesus came to save me? From who? Now I look at it as Jesus was a model of this intergenerational learning, intergenerational connection to people. He brought down the barriers between people. He didn't do the sorting that we do. He didn't do the classification that we do.
That's so good. Wow, that's good. I think let's see, we're out of time.
Okay.
I wish we weren't, but man, I think that's a good one to go on. So let's give Joan a huge hand. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.